The Baylor Bears, 1, beat the Wisconsin Badgers 9-7-6, 6-3 en route to the Sweet 16 for the first time since they fell to Wisconsin in 2014. Today, Baylor was the team every Baylor fan hoped they would see in the NCAA Tournament. The defense was intense and connected, and the shooting was almost unstoppable. Baylor shot 47% from 3 and forced 14 turnovers from a Badgers team that averaged fewer than 10 per game. Davion Mitchell was magnificent. His 16 points came on 6-8 shooting, including 2-3 from deep. His 8 assists were a game high, and they came from everywhere. Anytime Mitchell drove inside, it created lobs for Tchamwa-Tchatchoua, Vital, and Thamba, and threes for Butler, Teague, and Mayer. On the other end, he smothered his main assignment, Trice. Trice finished the game 5-17 from the field with 4 turnovers and never looked quite right. Every great team has an X-factor, and Matthew Mayer is Baylor's. Today, Mayer delivered the sort of game that makes Baylor nearly unbeatable. He scored at all 3 levels and defended at his highest level. The swingman finished with a game-high 17 points along with 2 steals. When he can provide that high level of play off the bench, precious few teams can compete. Baylor opened the second half on an 8-0 run, answered by a tough 6-0 run by Wisconsin. Wisconsin doubled down on playing big with Reuvers and Potter inside. Baylor has struggled at times against big frontlines. 2 players of that caliber were bound to have moments against an undersized Bears squad. Baylor's bet all season, though, has been they'll defend just well enough and score so well that the other team can't keep up. When the Fival lineup entered the game, Wisconsin had closed what was an 18-point lead to 7. Immediately, Mitchell delivered 5 fast points, 2 from the line and 3 from an assist on a Mayer 3. Jared Butler, 14 PTS, 3 rebs, 2 assists, picked up his 4th foul with over 8 minutes remaining in the game, forcing him to sit while Flagler replaced him. Wisconsin continued to grind away at the lead, despite scoring from Mayer on the other end. The Badgers continued to go inside and valued their possessions. They made smart cuts and set up their bigs to play one-on-one in the post. Micah Potter, 10 PTS, 10 rebs, smashed Vital and Tchatchoua inside. Only the scrambling help defense that came on key possessions disrupted his rhythm. Mitchell, of course, came to the rescue by blowing by Davison and the rest of the Badgers. Wisconsin simply had no answer for Mitchell on either end except to keep the ball away from him. His speed, vision, and defense controlled the entire game. Down the stretch, the game ground to a defensive slugfest. Wisconsin went over 4 minutes without a score, and Baylor simultaneously went 4 minutes without a field goal, offset by a few free throws. When winning time came, Mitchell, Butler, and Mayer rose to the occasion down the stretch. Mitchell and Butler particularly closed the game beautifully.